Anna lost everything she had, but she discovered that sometimes the end is not the end, but the beginning of another story. Anna had worked for years in a factory and believed she would spend her whole life there. One day the factory closed and she was left without a job. The bills piled up, and at night she could not sleep. She went to interviews, but received only cold replies. Her friends drifted away, and she felt more and more alone. One evening, she sat on a bench in the park and whispered, "Nothing makes sense anymore." At that moment, a man came near and asked why she was crying. She told him everything, and he said, "I need someone to help me in my small shop. It is not much, but it is a start." Anna accepted with a heavy heart. The days passed, and even though the pay was small, she began to feel again that her life had meaning. One morning, a customer came in and said, "Do you like writing? I have read the posters you made, and they are very good. I own a small publishing house, and I'm looking for someone like you." Anna was speechless. Suddenly from loss came a great opportunity. She started to write for the publishing house, and her life changed. She not only paid her debts, but also discovered a hidden passion. If you had been in Anna's place, would you have given up when everything seemed lost, or would you have kept going? Write in the comments what you would have done.
Look how a single man stopped the death of a prophet. Jerusalem was in turmoil, hunger, and fear. The city gates shook with rumors of war. In the palace courtyard, some officials threw Jeremiah into a deep pit. There was no water there, only thick, cold mud. Jeremiah sank to his waist and had no more strength. The soldiers walked away laughing. They said he would never escape. Silence settled over the court like a heavy stone. An Ethiopian named Ebed-Melech served in the palace. He heard everything. His heart was troubled. He went to the people, but no one would listen. He lifted his eyes and climbed to the chamber of the king. The guards looked at him in surprise. He walked past them with firm steps. He entered before Zedekiah and bowed. He spoke simply. He said that the men had done evil. He said the prophet would die in the mud if he was not lifted out. Would you have stepped out of the crowd to speak to the king? The king was silent for a moment. Then he commanded, "Take 30 men and pull him out of the pit." Ebed-Melech ran to the storerooms under the palace. There he found old rags and pieces of cloth. He carried them in his arms. He asked for strong ropes. He came to the edge of the pit and shouted, "Jeremiah, lift your arms, take hold of the ropes." But his voice broke when he saw the black mud. He understood that the ropes would cut his flesh. He made knots with the cloth. He tied them into wide pads. He shouted again, "Put the cloth under your arms. That way you will not suffer." The men looked at each other. Some laughed. Another said it could not be done. Ebed-Melech did not stop. He climbed down the wall of clay. His feet touched the mud. He felt the cold biting. He pushed the cloth under the arms of the prophet. He tied the ropes to the knots. He looked up and said softly, "Pull now." What strength of work he had. They all pulled at once.